the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello, basketball fans. I'm Ernie Johnson, welcoming you to 2K Sports. I'm here with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. Tonight we'll see the Miami Heat playing against the Charlotte Hornets. Taking a look at the Hornets, they split the season series against these guys last season, 2 games apiece. Should be a good one tonight. Well, you talk about a player who needed a few years to adjust to the NBA. Kemba Walker has gone from solid to great in short order. He's really taken his team to the next level as well.
Yeah, he's improved his shot at every distance. His ball handling is wizardry and wizardry.
Wizardry?
It was wizardry.
How the heck you spell wizardry?
Well, it's kind of like wizardry with the saying it correctly.
With a G in it.
Yeah, but his scoring efficiency has really probably been his biggest asset.
Not only that, he plays to his strengths on the offensive side of the ball. And Kenny, I hate to disrespect you, I think he's the best guard coming out of New York. Hope you're not mad at me.
Well, Tiny Archibald would be. Or Lenny Wilkins would be.
Who they play for?
Oh, they would.
No, they were Hall of
New
Famers.
York.
Oh, I never knew that.
All right. Kevin Harlan, take it away.
But I'll give it to Kemba.
Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
The Hornets coming to an Eastern Conference contest in this game. Thanks for tuning in, everyone, to this broadcast of NBA basketball on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Brent Barry and Greg Anthony. We've got David Aldridge reporting from the sideline. Take a look at the Heat. They've been playing very well lately. It's been 4 wins for them in their last 5 games.
And you know this, Kevin, there is no place like home. It's always nice to be in those familiar surroundings around those that cheer for you, the family, the friends. Home is home, and there just isn't any place like it.
Now let's send it down to David Aldridge, standing by from the sidelines. David?
Well, guys, the NBA Players Union recently voted unanimously to fund health care insurance for retired players. Now, Chris Paul, the Players Association's president, said, "We're in this position because of the hard work of the men who came before us. It's important that we take care of our extended NBA family and ensure the well-being of our predecessors." Kevin?
Thanks, DA. A true sign of how caring the NBA is, always looking out for the retired players. And Brent, with the grind of the season really upon us, we're about halfway through. Is this the point where the bench helps a team be better, be a bigger factor in going forward from this point?
Yeah, there's no doubt about that, Kevin. It's a great point that the depth of your team at this point in the year is something where coaches who feel confident about being a contending team, that they know they can rely on these guys to come in and bring the juice every night competitively.
And so the tip-off, it's Miami. We've got a chance here to set the floor, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this one. And Charlotte, looking at who they've got. Batum and Kid Gilchrist, the rangy wings. Inside, Williams at the 4, Howard in the middle. And it's Walker in at the 1. Now here's Walker, following the miss by Hassan Whiteside. Well, Eric Spoelstra known for being a player's coach, but he also isn't afraid to dish out some tough love. With this team in a rebuilding phase, he's had to do that a lot.
Well, I think what he's trying to do is just get the most out of every player on the team, and he lets them know, I'm going to put you in positions, guys, to maximize your potential. Sometimes that can come from tough love, but most of the time it's because they want greatness. That's what the Miami Heat organization is all about.
Throw good, Michael Kidd Gilchrist. He doesn't get the second one. Brent, you played briefly with the Heat. What was it like coming to this team mid-season and getting to play with a player who is revered by Miami fans in Alonzo Mourning?
Well, the thing that I always thought about with Alonzo Mourning was the intensity with which he played with, and to watch his approach both in practice and in his preparation to get ready for big-time basketball was the most impressive part of having an opportunity to suit up with a Hall of Famer in Alonzo Mourning.
And stolen by Whiteside. Here's Waiters, and Waiters with the stuff.
And I think that's the preference from Waiters. He should attack the rim more often.
On defense, Miami. It's a three-point game. They are coming into this having notched a win against the Knicks in their last game.
Away from home, you got to execute, and they did that flawlessly.
Never really perfect on the offensive end, and probably one or two possessions they'd love to have back, but on the whole, a tremendous synergy on offense.
Dragic kicks to Whiteside. There's the pick. Feeds it to Dragic. Just 5 on the clock. Back to Johnson. Some solid defense from Kid Gilchrist.
The defense was in the area, but not really effective. He has to put away this layup.
The kick out to Walker from past the arc. His shot is good, making him a perfect 2 for 2 from the floor.
And he's kind of always had that shoot-first mentality for a point guard. And when you can shoot it like Walker, it's not necessarily a bad thing.
Now here's Waiters. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against the Knicks in New York. Johnson in the corner. Shoots over Kid Gilchrist. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over. The story of rebounding. Now a look at the league's best players on the boards. In the third spot, Dwight Howard. And, of course, Hassan Whiteside.
Guys, we're lucky to get to watch two of the league's most outstanding rebounders on the same court here today.
And just under 2.5 minutes elapsed here in the first. Outside, Walker. To the paint. Howard dishes to Williams. To the inside. And they'll turn it over. Could not get off a shot. 24-second violation. And looking back at last season, here's a look at the 3-point and 2-point shot attempt averages for the Hornets.
And they concentrated a lot on creating open looks from beyond the arc. Player movement, finding space on the perimeter, that was their #1 priority.
Here's Dragic. What a tremendous game he played against New York. Kicks it to Whiteside. There's the screen. Heat moving the ball around. Back to Dragic. Just 5 to shoot. Johnson for 3. Johnson missing again.
No doubt it's been a bit of a struggle for him here in this quarter in terms of scoring.
Batum passes to Kid Gilchrist. Out left to the wing. Right side against Howard. Back to Walker. Again, the Hornets score.
Well, a good start here. That's Trey for Trey, and that's Spanish for 3.
You're right. Whiteside, a screen on Walker. Looking to end the run. Not going to go that time. And Charlotte will go the other way with it. This game coming on the heels of their win against Toronto.
And we all know in a hostile environment, always tough, but they were the better team on that night.
And a very good all-around effort here, and that's what you need to win on the road.
Now here's Walker. He picked up 21 points in their last win against the Raptors in Toronto. It's good. Walker's got 9.
And early on, they look great. They've made all 4 of their shots to start this game.
Dragic kicks to Whiteside. Back to Dragic. Shot from free throw range. Waiters for 3. And it's Waiters again missing.
And a really smart defender there. He just reads the play, wastes no time trying to blow it up.
And what I like best is that he does it completely under control. Really gives the shooter nowhere to turn to.
Now, Kid Gilchrist, after Dion Waiters' three-pointer that didn't go.
Now let's take a quick look at the numbers for Waiters. He's averaging 15 points a game, 3 assists, and 2 rebounds. And guys, no question, he's a guy with some talent. But honestly, even he'd like to see those numbers improve.
From all the whispers that we've heard, he's been working hard on his game. It just has not showed up yet in the box score.
And looking at this Charlotte roster, really the strength of it is their perimeter play. A good collection of dynamic playmakers and shooters from that point guard to small forward position. They are the bulk of this team's offensive threats.
And so he's able to get 1 of 2. The Heat trail by 7. Dragic kicks to Johnson. No good, and they can't put an end to this drought. Greg, the Hornets were strong outside, but weak inside. I guess they've addressed that weakness, going for Dwight Howard.
Yeah, they went out and got what they felt could be an anchor on that front line. And listen, he's going to provide that rim presence that they lacked a season ago. The question is, can he also give them some punch offensively?
It's tipped, and they force the shot clock violation. Great D.
All right, a chance to check out stats for Hassan Whiteside. The past month has been surreal. 4th in rebounding, 8th in blocks, and he's in the top 10 in field goal percentage. Really able to power his way to the bucket and finish through contact.
And he's so explosive, so hungry. You really can't keep him off the glass when he wants to get there. That's why he's top 5 in rebounding. Now here's Dragic. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one.
And nice court vision from Dragic there to get a great look at the bucket.
Hornets leading by 5. Outside, Walker. Picked by Williams. Three-pointer. Sinks the three-pointer. Williams has got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game.
And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they've shot the basketball.
Johnson the screen. Top of the key, Dragic. Pass to Johnson. Banked in off the glass.
And their post play has been really solid right off the bat.
And here's Charlotte. They're on a 13-4 run. Left side, Williams. Screen by Howard. Back to Walker. Pass to Batum. Charlotte needs to get a shot up. Shoots the 3. And it's Whiteside with the rebound.
And already they've staked out a noticeable advantage in terms of aggression and controlling the backcourt.
And there's the foul. It's on Nicholas Batum. That's his first foul. And the Heat with some changes. Kelly Olynyk's checked in for Jordan Mickey. Justice Winslow comes in for Johnson. And Ellington is subbed in for Waiters. So an almost entirely new group in now for Charlotte. Cody Zeller's checked in for Howard. Frank Kaminsky comes in for Williams. Monk's checked in for Kid Gilchrist. And Jeremy Lamb subbed in for Nicholas Batum. Now here's Whiteside. He also had a big impact in that win against the Knicks. There's Winslow. And it comes off the front of the rim.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
Monk kicks to Lamb. Passes it to Zeller. To the wing right side. The dish to Lamb. The shot's good on the assist by Walker.
And the D has gotten a little bit laxed here defending the triple.
Dragic kicks to Whiteside. Winslow with it. He averages a bit over 6 points a game. Good ball movement here by the Heat. Back to Olynyk. Now here's Ellington, covered by Lamb. No good from Dragic.
Well executed, great rhythm. You've got to finish that one.
Well, it's like Thanksgiving out there, carving out space off the screen. Just couldn't complete the play.
Now, here's Monk. Looking for his first basket still in this one. There's the basket and make it a double-digit lead. And now an 11-point Charlotte lead.
And you can't help but pick their defense apart. They're completely in disarray.
And Miami calls their first time out of the game.
And maybe not as highly touted as some other guards that went before him, but Malik Monk can be scary on the floor. He can get hot like no other, and once he's dialed in, the points just seem to flow.
Greg, as you said, Monk has that ability to take over with his shooting.
I mean, Monk looks to get going with his scoring at all times, and he's just got that shooter's mentality where all shots are good shots. That can be a positive and a negative, but I prefer he have that aggressive mentality when it comes to scoring the basketball.
Now here's Carter Williams. Dishes to Zeller. He feeds it to Lamb. Zeller setting the pick for Lamb. Back to Zeller. Rebound by the Heat. Richardson up top. A look at his stats. He averages a bit over 8 points a game. Winslow kicks to Ellington. He dishes it to Olynyk. Three-pointer. And again, Miami with the triple.
Remember, he played the point guard position for most of high school, so Olynyk has retained that vision.
Carter Williams with it, and it's Johnson picking him up. Carter Williams kicks to Lamb. Now, here's Monk. Ellington defending. Kaminsky sets the pick for Monk. And Malik Monk is going to pick up the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
Oh, great defense. They anticipated the play and got there first.
Johnson against Carter Williams. Richardson with the screen on Carter Williams. And Olynyk kicks to Richardson. The shot's good. And now just a 3-point Hornets lead.
Well, Richardson came in shooting threes and thought that might be the only thing he could do. He's no one-trick pony.
Now here's Lamb. Ellington defending. And here is Lamb. He had an 18-point outing in the last game against the Raptors in Toronto. Over Ellington. Charlotte again missing.
Pretty surprised he missed that shot. The defense was decent, but not really a factor.
There's the foul. It's on Jeremy Lamb. That's his first foul. There's a minute 34 left to play in the first quarter. Here's the screen. Johnson kicks to Ellington. Now the feed to Winslow. 6 on the shot clock. Richardson dishes to Olynyk. Can't tie it up as that one's no good. Here's Monk. And looking at his production, he averages a little more than 7 points a game. Olynyk against Zeller. Over in the corner, Lamb. And it's good off the back rim and in. Lamb's got 5.
He's looking confident right from the opening tip.
Johnson kicks to Olynyk. The pass to Richardson. 44 seconds left here in the opening quarter. Johnson the screen. Feeds it to Richardson. Back to Winslow. Three-pointer Ellington. Out of bounds. Charlotte takes possession. The Heat making a switch here. Haslam's checked in. And a switch here also for Charlotte. Bacon's checked in. Hornets leading by 5. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Now, here's Monk. He's guarded by Johnson. Zeller inside. He's against Olynyk, and a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. The Hornets have gone 2 of 4 at the free throw line.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. Blue shots.
And that one falls for Zeller. And so Zeller nails both of them.
Man, they are just living at the line.
The Heat trail by 7. Johnson, the pass to Winslow. Here's Olynyk. That's tipped. For the 3. And the release was before the buzzer, but it's off target. And so it's the Charlotte Hornets heading to the bench with a 7-point lead as we wrap up the quarter. And it's been their rugged defense setting the tone. And we've got more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way after this break. And before the game, we heard from Kemba Walker. He talked about his mentality when he steps out onto the floor.
Play free. Just play like you're playing street ball. Just have fun. Just play the game that you've been playing, forever.
Infectious enthusiasm. You see it every time he steps on the floor. And now the second quarter just getting set to start. And when you consider how Charlotte is doing, guys, what do you think?
A huge fan of how they have rotated here defensively, been able to challenge multiple shots.
And if you're rotating like that, it's got to be a great line of communication between all 5 guys. You see that reflected on the scores, all that trust showing up with the lead.
On the court for the Hornets, down low, it's Kaminsky and Zeller. Jeremy Lamb out there with Monk, and it's Bacon in at the small forward. Now, here's Richardson. He kicks it to Johnson. Winslow dishes to Haslam. Good ball movement here by Miami. From the arc, a nice shot by Winslow. Winslow's got the second quarter going with the first basket of the period for the Heat. And last season, the Heat showed that they can score and attack you from many different sources.
Well, the Heat have a team where one player can step up for them on any given night, and they improve their outside shooting so much. So many guys had a tremendous year from behind the three-point line. They opened up the floor a bit. So with Dragic running the point and using his speed, they had some other gunners out there who got into a great rhythm, and certainly that winning streak helped their confidence.
Now here's Zeller. He had 10 points in the win against Toronto. Down low. Kaminsky inside. He's guarded by Haslam. Kaminsky misses. The Heat trail by 4. And Malik Monk is going to pick up the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game.
And they can't afford to be that careless. They need him out there on the floor, so he has to avoid fouling again in this period.
Charlotte making a switch here. Graham's checked in. Second quarter, we're a little over a minute and a half in. Richardson kicks to Haslam. Now here's Winslow, guarded closely. Johnson outside, pass to Haslam. Shot clock at 5. Takes the 13-footer. Winslow's shot is off. Hornets leading by 4. Here's Bacon. There's the pick. Kicks to Kaminsky. And once again, off the mark by Charlotte. Miami's gone 3 of 7 tonight from three-point territory. Pass to Olynyk. The dish to Winslow. Passes it to Johnson. Johnson the screen. And Haslam kicks to Winslow. Richardson for three. And again, it's the Heat missing. Hornets have gone 0-4 in the second quarter. Obviously, that needs to change. Now here's Lamb. He's guarded by Johnson. Here's the pass to Bacon. And it's out of bounds to the Hornets as Charlotte retains possession.
Let's take a quick look now at some stats for Lamb. This last month, he has been a real positive for this team. He's around 14 points per game, 5 rebounds, and 3 assists. And he's really been pulling his weight. He's had a hand in some big plays here recently.
I think you look across the board right now, and he's just doing a much better job. The numbers bear that out.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
And Olynyk kicks to Winslow. This is to Olynyk. Johnson outside. The Heat need to get a shot off. Unloads. The shot misses. Now Charlotte takes it the other way. They've led by as many as 11 points. They'll be hosting Orlando for the next one. That'll be the first of 4 played at home for them. Graham with the ball. Richardson covering. Zeller inside. He's against Olynyk to stop the drought. Shot by Zeller, no good.
Like the tactics on defense there, refusing to give the shooter the easy layup at the rim.
Now the feed to Olynyk. Again, the miss by the Heat. Charlotte leading by 4. Graham kicks to Kaminsky. He feeds it to Graham. Now Lamb. He's got 5. Down low. Here's Zeller. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. Hey, Brent, Jerry West once said that his ultimate lineup would feature 5 6'9" players. I like that. In a league that features so much switching, and you were just talking about this, would that be the perfect recipe for a versatile lockdown defender?
Well, I'd take 4 6'9" players in Jerry West. How about that? That might be pretty
Always
good.
include West with anybody, right? West with anybody.
No doubt about it. At 6'9", I think what Jerry's alluding to there, Kevin, is the fact that each of those guys would have a tremendous amount of length to cover up the floor. So foot quickness, lateral movement, and then that length to bother anybody, not only challenging shots, but also getting to the rim and making sure that there's some protection around the interior part of your defense.
And Miami going with a whole new group out there. And he can't get the second one to drop either. Coming up empty that time. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Whiteside, the pass to Dragic. Waiters outside. The kick out to Dragic. It's good from long range. Dragic has got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Kid Gilchrist sets the pick for Walker. Zeller dishes to Walker. Outside, Kid Gilchrist. Back to Walker. Pick by Zeller. And Walker kicks to Zeller. And the dunk by Zeller.
And they are very comfortable running their offense through Walker. And you can see why. Drops a sick dime right there. That pass was right on the money.
Now here's Dragic. And you know the points will always be there for him. He's averaging just a shade under 20 points a game right now.
That's a great effort on defense. He definitely rushed his shot a little bit down low.
Walker goes in. Here's Howard. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. And you look back for Dwight Howard at his time in Orlando, Los Angeles, and Houston. A fair amount of acrimony when he left those teams. Brent, was it all circumstance? Was it something he created?
Well, I think at this point for Dwight Howard, we got to look at what it is that he's offering up to teams. And I know he's a specialist in terms of still rebounding the ball, still being a defensive force. But are there too many deficiencies in his game that the overall impact is not a positive one? Another fresh start for Dwight Howard this season.
That free throw missing.
And Dwight Howard, the second ever and last ever #1 overall pick, taken directly out of high school. As we know, the rules have taken effect. Coming out of Southwest Atlanta Christian Academy. That's a pretty good gig. You know, your first job out of high school is playing in the NBA.
Marvin Williams is checked in for Charlotte. Second free throw, no good. And Brent, Dwight Howard said it had been his dream growing up to play for the Hawks. Back then, if he attended a game, he was up in the nosebleed section.
Well, the dream was short-lived, Kevin. Dwight just played one season in Atlanta under Coach Budenholzer and then moved on to Charlotte in a trade. And with the way things shook out and him not playing in fourth quarters at the end of that first season, the Atlanta Hawks felt like they didn't get true value from the center.
For Charlotte, they have had an off night from the stripe tonight.
Not a strong suit for this group, just around 71%.
Shooting 2.
And the first one at the line is good. And both free throws good for Williams.
Well, they depend on him to score, and that doesn't mean just from the field. Sometimes it comes from the charity stripe.
Whiteside, a screen on Batum. Waiters passes to Whiteside. Second shot opportunity, and the layup is good. Whiteside's got his third bucket of the night.
As soon as Whiteside leaps for that offensive rebound, you just know he's going to finish off that play.
Outside Williams. That falls. Nice feed that time from Walker.
The defender must have felt like he ran into a brick wall right there. Really great screen set to give his teammate the wide open shot.
Dragic with it. Here's the screen. Waiters for three. The shot, no good. Great D that time from Batum. Kid Gilchrist dishes to Walker. And Kid Gilchrist kicks to Walker. Feeds to Howard. Back to Walker. On the wing, Williams. From deep. But he stays with it. Back to Walker. A three ball. They shoot again. Kid Gilchrist, the pass to Batum. It's a nice pass in here by Charlotte. Williams kicks to Kid Gilchrist. Outside, Walker. He dishes it to Batum. Outside, Walker. From downtown. Walker missing again.
And just not able to find the target from three-point range here in the second quarter, although he did knock down one in the first.
Outside, Dragic. He kicks it to Whiteside. Johnson, wide open, he fires. Drills it from outside. Johnson's got 5.
And they are absolutely stroking it from beyond the arc.
Howard with a screen on Dragic. And it's Walker penetrating. A beautiful reverse layup.
Well, at 6'11" and 265, that's a big guy out there setting some screens to open up some space.
The Heat trail by 5. Over to the left wing. Dragic with a wide open look. And the Heat, another 3.
And they're shooting really well from long range this quarter. They should keep looking to the three-point shot for some extra offense.
Screen by Howard. Williams kicks to Walker. There's the pick. Outside Kid Gilchrist. Williams dishes to Batum. Pass to Howard. From the baseline. And that one comes up a bit short. Miami's gone past the three-point line for 13 of their shots. 6 of 13. Stolen by Walker. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
Clearly a foul.
And last season, I think, Greg, there was a time when Kemba Walker was playing basketball, you know, as well as any point guard in the NBA.
No doubt. I mean, not to say he's the best in our league, but he is certainly climbing up the list. You can't ignore his impact on this team. Has worked to improve each season he's been in the league.
That's good from Kemba Walker. A different look for Miami. Adebayo is checked in for Mickey. And Ellington is subbed in for James Johnson. Kemba Walker hits them both. We've heard the rumors, Brent, the death of the big man, but with guys like Towns and Porzingis and others entering the league that can play in the perimeter and still have that length to make a difference inside, could we see a big man renaissance, or at least maybe see him have more of an impact than people are giving him credit for right now?
Well, I think what we're seeing is the evolution of the 5 spot, Kevin. So it's not that the big man is lost. It's that the big man's doing a lot of the things that the little man used to be asked to do, and that is shooting threes, handle the ball, make some decisions at the top of the key, be a playmaker. It's fascinating to watch guys with this sort of size and this sort of skill, and also being this young, having such a tremendous impact for the organizations they're playing for.
Now here's Ellington. Dwight Howard missing his last shot. Whiteside, a screen on Kid Gilchrist. Here's Waiters. No good off the pick. Charlotte in the lead. Batum wide open. He fires. Howard, the pass to Walker. And it goes out of bounds. That one off Dragic.
Looking here at some numbers for Batum. How his last 10 games have gone. He's averaging 10 points a game, 3 assists, and 4 rebounds. And he's really been pulling his weight. He's had a hand in some big plays here recently.
I think you look across the board right now, and he's just doing a much better job. The numbers bear that out.
Kicks it to Walker. Howard with a screen on Dragic. Here's Walker. Shot clock at 6. Loses his man off the screen and lays it up and in.
He's having a night right now. Credit to the shooting touch, helping his team with the lead.
Waiters with a screen on Walker. Dragic kicks to Whiteside. Pass to Waiters. Shoots over Kid Gilchrist. And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in. Waiters got 4 points now in the quarter.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agenda.
Stolen by Waiters. 1:19 left here in the second. Good ball movement here by the Heat. Ellington from outside. And the Heat, another 3.
They've given up a lot of three-pointers here today.
Now here's Walker. He's got 15. Howard with this screen on Waiters. Walker dishes to Kid Gilchrist. Passes it to Howard. The shot goes in. First of the night. He's 1 for 3 to start the game.
A soft touch there from Dwight. Gifted at measuring those interior shots.
Right side a screen. Dragic kicks to Waiters. Right side a screen. Pulls from the top of the key. They get it again. Misses the follow-up.
The game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding has been the one differentiator thus far.
And Walker kicks to Batum. And stolen by Ellington. They set the pick. Right side a screen. Outside Dragic. The putback is no good. Williams. No good. And a pretty tightly contested game here as we end the first half. Hornets lead by 1. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks, Kevin. Coach, what's gotten the offense working?
Well, finally we were able to get some stops. We were able to get a couple easy ones in the open court and a little bit more patience to try to get something at the rim.
We'll see if you can keep breaking them down in the second half. Thanks. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the third quarter.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, folks. Welcome back. Ernie Johnson here with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. This is the halftime show on 2K Sports. We saw Kemba Walker lighting it up in the first half. He ended up with 15 points, 4 assists, and 1 steal. Kenny, let's get your take on Charlotte.
Well, they're putting bodies on people. If you just look at the rebounding numbers, you can tell that they've been putting their body on and being more physical than the other team. Now, that fact looms large on both sides, and that's going to be the difference in the second half.
And Shaq, your thoughts on the Heat?
You know, they haven't shot the ball very well. Not nearly enough quality looks. Right now, this game can easily come down to shot selection and how they run their offense. They need to keep the ball moving and generate better looks.
And that's all we can do for now. As the second half begins, we get you back to Kevin Harlan.
A shot of American Airlines Arena in the whites of Miami, Florida. Welcome back, everyone, to the action here. Welcome back, everybody. The start of the second half getting underway. Both teams battling hard through the first half. What a game we're seeing from Kemba Walker.
And in that first half, something we don't see a lot of from him, the ability to make everyone around him better.
Now, that's not really his forte, Greg. Unselfish play.
The Hornets shooting around 41% on the night. Dragic and Waiters, they're the backcourt. Mickey out there with Whiteside, and it's Johnson in at the small forward position. That's the group on the floor for Miami. Now, here's Howard. And here's Walker. Rejected by Dragic. Johnson against Kid Gilchrist. Here's Dragic. Waiters gets a wide open look, and it's Waiters again missing.
Man, it just hurts to miss shots like this. Mentally, you question yourself, and it can affect your confidence.
And it's Walker penetrating. Goes to the reverse layup and drops it in. Walker's got the first points to start out the third quarter for the Hornets. Waiters outside. Whiteside kicks to Johnson. Waiters outside. Looking to get it going. That shot no good. Great D that time from Batum.
And a tough game for the guys around him, mainly because his shot's been hit and miss.
Right side Williams. The dish to Walker. Just 5 to shoot. It's good. Now it's a 5-point Charlotte lead.
Those defenders just look a little bit gassed. I mean, they're getting pushed around on that low block.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Dragic kicks to Waiters. Whiteside, a screen on Batum. Here's Waiters, and it's Waiters again missing.
They look frustrated, 0 for 3. Not how you want to start the third quarter.
Dragic against Walker. Howard, and Howard with the stuff.
Yeah,
and the advantage they have starting to increase. Things are coming together for them at a really opportune time.
Coaches always talk about the first 5 minutes of the third quarter. They have definitely increased their energy level here.
Now here's Whiteside. 6 points for him. Good on the shot, and with that, the Charlotte lead is cut to just 5 points on the basket from Dion Waiters.
Well, Waiters and confidence, they go together pretty well.
Here's Batum, screen by Howard. And Batum kicks to Howard. Outside, Walker. Rockets with some nice D.
The defensive reaction time, it was just immediate on that one.
Now, sometimes the most important part of that is the angle that the defender chooses. That time, he chose wisely.
Now here's Walker, following the missed shot by James Johnson. Outside, Batum. It's out of bounds to the Hornets as Charlotte retains possession. Olynyk is checked in for Whiteside. And then for Charlotte, Zeller comes in for Dwight Howard. And it's Frank Kaminsky in for Marvin Williams. And it's Walker penetrating. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. Josh Richardson's checked in for Miami. Johnson comes in for Goran Dragic. And a switcher also for Charlotte. Jeremy Lamb's checked in for Walker. Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the third quarter. Johnson, the pass to Olynyk. Back to Johnson. Kid Gilchrist with the steal. Lamb dishes to Batum. Charlotte moving it around. And the pass to Zeller. An easy 2 points on the layup. Zeller's got 6 points.
That's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint.
Johnson kicks to Olynyk. Johnson against Kid Gilchrist. Dishes to Johnson. Johnson the screen. Shot clock at 6. Johnson the pass to Mickey. Richardson for 3. It's rebounded by Charlotte. Zeller's got rebound number 5 here tonight.
And hard work on the glass. Once again, guys, they put a lot of effort and focus on the backboard.
Now here's Zeller. 6 points for him. That one goes. Count it.
Guys, he can get this shot anytime he wants.
Now, you bet. With his height, not many defenders are going to challenge that mid-range jump shot.
Here's Johnson. They trail by 9 points. The feed to Johnson. Johnson sends the screen for Richardson. Johnson kicks to Johnson. It's tipped, and they'll keep possession. And he recovers it, and he gets the bucket. Now Lamb. He's got 5. Picked by Zeller. Now here's Lamb. He's tightly guarded. And Brent, 14 years in the NBA, you spent about half your time on the defensive end. Of all the guys you were matched up against, who was surprisingly difficult to cover?
It's funny, Kevin, because a lot of coaches would tell you I did not spend half of my time on the defensive end.
Well, I know better. I know better.
Surprisingly difficult to stop, I would tell you, it would be Mitch Richmond. Many years in Sacramento playing for the Kings. He was known as the Rock. And I can tell you why. Running into him and his physicality as a two-guard was very, very difficult to stop. One of the game's greatest two-guards.
Sturdy, wasn't he? He was thick. He was hard to move is what I think about.
He was very thick and physical, which was something that I was certainly not. And they also ran a myriad of screens for him on every possession. The most potent offensive player they had was Mitch Richmond, and they would get him open every time. So a very difficult cover for me.
And Miami making a change here. Winslow's checked in. Bacon, he's checked in for the Hornets. That one falls, so he hits both of them. Johnson with it. He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change. He feeds it to Olynyk. Now here's Winslow. He dishes it to Johnson. Richardson kicks to Johnson. Just 5 to shoot. Trying his luck deep. Again, the miss by Johnson.
A good job by him on the glass here tonight. +8 in that department.
Batum with the ball. And it's Johnson picking him up. And Batum kicks to Zeller. Here's Lamb. Bangs home the trifecta.
Timeout.
Lamb's got 10 points.
And he can smell blood in the water. Excellent finish.
Yeah, when your opponent's down and frustrated, this is when you can turn it up.
Now a timeout called by Miami.
Yeah, it looked like they tried to shoot their way out of the slump, and that didn't work. They got to go back and regroup.
Well, no matter how hard it's been, you want to stay positive, stay focused, and maybe a couple shots will get you right back in it.
Monk's checked in for Nicholas Batum.
And let's briefly take a look at the stats for Johnson. How his last 10 games have gone. He's around 10 points per game, 4 assists and 4 rebounds. And guys, no question, he's a guy with some talent. But honestly, even he'd like to see those numbers improve.
From all the whispers that we've heard, he's been working hard on his game. It just has not showed up yet in the box score.
Feeds it to Richardson. Johnson dishes to Johnson. He kicks it to Winslow. Johnson sets the screen for Winslow. Miami no good on that time either.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
Out to the right wing. And Zeller kicks to Lamb. Back to Zeller. Some nice pass in here by Charlotte. Picked by Zeller from outside the arc. Miami grabs the miss. And this is the first time matched up with the Hornets this season.
And they'll be doing their best to establish superiority over this club, something they failed to do a year ago. He is just really almost playing for the other team. The shooting has just been poor.
It's deflected. Kaminsky with the ball. Johnson on him. Monk. Offensive rebound. And the bucket counts. 3-point chance here.
Defensively, you cause the miss, but then you have to corral it.
Well, that's the second part of the equation there. Block out, be aggressive, and control the glass.
Here's what Miami's going with right now. Adebayo is checked in for Johnson. And Ellington is subbed in for Josh Richardson.
One shot, mind the lanes.
The Heat trail by 15. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Winslow kicks to Olynyk. Pass to Winslow. The dish to Johnson. Screen by Olynyk. Shot to stop the run. Monk grabs the board. Hornets leading by 15. Kicks it to Lamb. Pass to Kaminsky. Dishes it to Lamb. To the paint. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup. Lamb's got 7 points here in this quarter.
Yeah, the onslaught continues. He's been unstoppable now for a couple of nights.
Well, a tip of the cap to the coaching staff here. They're recognizing how well he's playing, so the game plan has been built around him.
Now here's Ellington. He's got 9. There's a good screen. Johnson from outside. Nailed from three-point land. Johnson's got himself on the board with 3 there. Monk kicks to Lamb. Passes to Kaminsky. Pick by Zeller. Oh, that's blocked. And that's out of bounds. Charlotte will retain possession. Goran Dragic is checked in for the Heat. Charlotte also making some changes. O'Brien, he's checked in for Frank Kaminsky. And Walker subbed in for Bacon. Five on the clock. Here's Lamb. And there's the call on Cody Zeller. That's his first foul.
And you can live with those over-the-back calls sometimes because at least it's an effort play.
We're trying to extend the possession so you appreciate the effort. Better just to head down the court sometimes and not give up a team foul in that situation.
And the Heat call time here. We've seen Kemba Walker really having a great game.
Yeah, I know the defense has 5 guys, but collectively they're no match for this guy. He is roasting them.
And we take a look here at the shot chart for Charlotte.
Well, they say the mid-range game is a dying art form, but after looking at this shot chart, they are injecting a ton of life into it. Whatever space is being offered up to them in the mid-range, they have accepted and have continually knocked down shots to make the defense pay.
And here are the Heat now. They trail by 14. Ellington with it. Now guarded by Monk. And there's the pass to Dragic. Pass to Adebayo. Clock at 4. From deep three-point range, and they force the shot clock violation. Great D. Well, some deep threats have really made their presence felt around the league lately. The 2-guard spot, these have been the hottest three-point shooters for the last month. You take a look at Ellington, a dangerous player from three-point land, a great talent with a great release.
These guys are gunners. I mean, they've got the green light at all times because of their three-point shooting. I mean, they are cash money.
Well, they're not players who run hot and cold. It's just hot when they're behind the arc. And if any of them do suffer from a cold stretch, it never lasts long. Shoot yourself in, then shoot yourself out.
Here's Zeller. Misses the layup. He had him with that pump fake.
And forcing the miss there, he just knows how to pressure you defensively.
You hear a lot about rim protection. This is a good example of how valuable it can be.
Here's Adebayo. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. Dragic the pass to Adebayo. Good ball movement here by the Heat. Another miss by Dragic.
And truth is, though he misses that one, it's a shot he normally makes.
Yeah, he has that kind of range, but maybe not that time the best judgment.
Now, here's Monk. And Lamb kicks to O'Brien. Tries from 16. Here's Zeller. In the corner, it's Monk. And he's good on the 3-ball. Monk's got 5 now.
How about the quickness of that release by Monk, an experienced catch-and-shoot player who feels comfortable firing from deep.
There's Winslow. There's the feed to Dragic. They set the pick. Winslow dishes to Olynyk. Screen by Olynyk. Here's Dragic from outside. Good on the triple. Dragic has got his 3rd basket of the night.
Really nice to see Dragic explore that aspect of his game. The catch-and-shoot J is simply deadly.
And here's Walker. He's got 19. And he makes the bucket, drew contact, and gets the whistle, too.
Up by a bunch. He's still pushing the action, trying to impose his will.
Well, collectively, they've done it tonight here. A passionate performance from the squad.
Whiteside's checked in for Miami. Waiters comes in for Wayne Ellington. Dwight Howard's checked in for Charlotte. Williams comes in for Johnny O'Brien.
Shooting one.
Impeccable from the line since halftime.
The Heat trail by 17. Rockets the pass to Olynyk. Waiters up top. On the wing, Winslow. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Tries from 16. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
Well, that's using your noodle there by Winslow, finding a way to give the defense no choice but to send him to the free throw line.
The Heat shooting their first shots of the night from the charity stripe.
Shooting 2.
That's good from Winslow.
I think Winslow takes a lot of pride in getting himself to the free throw line, understands his body and size, and he will continue to improve upon that over time.
Mickey's checked in for the Heat. And a switcher also for Charlotte. Michael Kidd-Gilchrist is checked in for Jeremy Lamb. So he makes 1 of 2 as the second one misses.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
2-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Here's Monk. 5 points in the game. Back to Walker from deep. Mickey grabs the board. Mickey's got rebound number 7 for him tonight. And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. Hornets ahead, up by 16. And we're coming back in just a moment. Get ready for the fourth quarter of action when we return. And now let's take a listen on head coach Steve Clifford.
Well, we're doing well. Great job. Show your hands. Show your hands. Don't foul.
Moments ago, Steve Clifford talking about defensive technique. Doesn't want to give up 3 points at the charity line.
And by focusing in on the smallest thing, his guys know how serious he is. One of the better defensive coaches in our league.
And thanks again for joining us. Let's see what happens here in the fourth. On the court for Charlotte, Walker and Monk are the guard tandem. MKG and Williams are the forwards. And it's Howard in at the center position. Now here's Howard to the left side wing. Outside, Walker. Again, the miss by Walker.
Oh, you just relish those kind of opportunities. And the defense got lucky, but they need to guard that area of the floor a little bit better.
Whiteside, a screen on Walker. From 13, another miss by Dragic. Charlotte leading by 16. 60 seconds off the clock here in the fourth. And Kidd-Gilchrist kicks to Monk. Stolen by Waiters. Rebounded by Howard.
And you got to give him credit there. Great effort to contest that shot.
Well, I love the fact that they put the security system on their house, protecting the paint there.
Now here's Walker. Outside, Williams. 5 to shoot. It's hauled in by the Heat. Whiteside's got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game. With the teardrop, and no good. And Charlotte will go the other way with it. And Williams, here we go. Charlotte getting another chance here. Howard kicks to Walker. And we're about 2 minutes into the fourth quarter now. Kid Gilchrist dishes to Walker. And it's Justice Winslow with the foul. That's his first foul. The Heat making a switch here. Johnson's checked in. Nicholas Batum, he's checked in for Charlotte. And here are the Hornets now. They have yet to put up any points here in the fourth. And Walker kicks to Williams. The shot's good on the assist by Walker. Walker's got his 6th assist on the night.
And when you're down this many points, hard to justify leaving a good shooter that wide open.
Truer words never spoken. Breakdown on the perimeter D, and the communication severely lacking there.
Now here's Walker. Howard with a screen on Dragic. Here's Walker. Kept alive. Howard. And it's slammed in by Howard.
Well, that's when you love to see the strength of Dwight Howard marching through the defense and just ripping away the second chance opportunity for an easy score.
Timeout called, the Heat. Brent, it's amazing how the three-point shot has evolved and how much it's being used. And some teams now almost entirely perimeter-based. That three-point shot is the first thing out of their mouth. Can you see a team winning a championship that way?
I saw teams win championships. That's the Warriors and the Cavs. If you look at what they did from the three-point line and the type of damage they did, Kevin, that absolutely was a huge reason why they were championship contenders. You could even look at teams that are qualifying for the playoffs as usually 6 or 7 teams that are in each conference. Of those 8, Kevin, are proficient three-point shooting teams.
And he wasn't going to get away with that one. Still in motion when he set that screen.
Yeah, really trying to sell it out there, but the official just, he ain't buying.
Charlotte leading by 21. Here's Batum, and the foul called on Hassan Whiteside. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game.
Yeah, clearly a foul of frustration right there.
Fourth quarter keeps moving right along. 3 minutes gone so far. Screen by Howard. Walker against Dragic. Batum passes to Howard. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Williams. Again, Williams missing.
Well, the team is still up despite him struggling, so hopefully he'll find his rhythm.
Johnson sets the screen for Dragic. Johnson outside. Johnson the screen. Right side, no good. For Charlotte, they've gone 2 of 7 from the field in what's been a cold start to the fourth quarter for them. Walker dishes to Batum. Left side, Williams. Back to Batum. Picked by Williams. And Batum kicks to Williams. Dragic against Walker. It's Dragic with the drive. The shot from the low post is good.
That's an effective floater Goran Dragic just threw up there. Totally caught the defense by surprise.
And Walker kicks to Batum. He feeds it to Williams. Back to Batum. Williams a screen on Waiters. And Batum kicks to Howard. And here's Walker outside. Mickey grabs the board. Mickey's got 9 rebounds in the game, getting it done. And it's Dion Waiters with the foul. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game.
Now, he's done a good job of keeping control of the ball. Even with that turnover, you can tell his teammates trust him to hang on to the pill.
Dragic against Walker. He dishes it to Williams. Charlotte moving the ball around. Tries it from 9. And it's in off the backboard. 8 points for Dwight Howard.
They're consistently finding ways to get the ball inside and taking full advantage.
Right side a screen. Waiters passes to Whiteside. Can't connect from 14 feet out. Charlotte leading by 21. Walker dishes to Batum. Screen by Howard. Back to Walker. And he's good on the 3-ball. Walker's got 10 points in just the second half.
Oh, nice screen. Really a poor defensive reaction and the obvious result.
Yeah, when you fail to get over the top, more than likely that jumper is going to go down.
Now here's Whiteside. Inside. Mickey. Second chance shot, and it's good on the way in.
And that tells the tale here today, guys. Throughout this game, they've been able to get the ball in tight and finish.
And Walker kicks to Howard. Brent, is an era of shorter player contracts, sometimes with opt-outs after 1 or 2 years. Does that breed too much of a win-now mentality among teams?
Oh, so shorter contracts, Kevin, but taller players?
Yeah, exactly. You got it.
Okay, all right. You know, it's interesting the way that teams want to set themselves up. Obviously, if you have a bona fide star, you want to do what you can to lock him up and have him as part of your organization and the concrete and the foundation for what you do moving forward. But a lot of guys certainly on the move and on loan for seasons where they want to take a shot at the true contenders.
The kick out to Williams. 4 on the shot clock. Batum attacking, and a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
And Batum brings length and a versatile game to his spot on the wing, and his defense always a big asset for this team. He's the kind of player that everybody needs to have out there, kind of a glue guy.
Two shots. Relax on the first.
Free throw good, Nicholas Batum. Both free throws good from Batum. Hey, Brent, we've seen a number of super teams created via free agency or trade. Do you think that's good for the league?
I think it's great for the league. I think it's awesome to see some of the great players play on the same court together and some of the chemistry that creates. But what's been interesting over the course of the last couple seasons, Kevin, is that we've had these young marquee players stepping up in environments and with organizations now that are must-see TV. So aside from the super teams, there are young players carrying their team to hopefully greater and greater heights that keep you interested in all 30 teams in the league.
And when the score is as lopsided as it is, and you can see they smell blood in the water, my man is going for the jugular.
Now here's Dragic. Johnson outside. Feeds it to Whiteside. They set the pick. Dragic the pass to Waiters. From downtown, good on the triple.
Man, that's sure got to be a load off his mind after not hitting a single three-pointer in that first half.
Walker against Dragic. Walker goes in, and Whiteside sends it back.
As soon as Whiteside positions himself, he just spikes that one away. It's like he's playing beach volleyball.
Dragic dishes to Whiteside. Whiteside sets the pick for Waiters. Another shot, and it's laid in by Whiteside.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Hornets leading by 19 points. There's a good screen. Screen by Howard. Walker with it. Now guarded by Dragic. And Walker kicks to Howard. The dish to Williams. That's good. And so Howard with the assist. 13 points for Williams.
That's some good interior passing, and that's how you move it on the inside.
Johnson outside. Mickey passes to Whiteside. And we're seeing more athletes use cross-training to improve their strength and conditioning. Back in the day, did you play any sports outside of basketball to improve your results?
Kevin, if I asked you if surfing helped my basketball, would you say yes?
Well, in your regard, I would say yes. It did help balance, right?
Yes.
What about that?
Hey, I should have surfed a lot more then, Kevin.
Now, here's Batum from deep. Walker. The rebound by Johnson. Waiters outside. He kicks to Dragic. Right side a screen. Off the pick. Offensive rebound. Bucket is good. Whiteside's got 4 points in the quarter.
Well, once the ball gets to Whiteside that close to the basket, he knows what to do with it.
Pick by Williams. Walker dishes to Howard. Outside, Kid Gilchrist. There's Walker with the three.
You know, he's usually very reliable from out there, but tonight it's just not going down.
Stolen by Walker. Left side, Williams. And Walker kicks to Batum. Back to Walker. Pass to Williams. Clock at 6. Outside, Walker. Takes a three. Dragic with some nice D.
Boy, I'd love to see him just get a smidge closer to the basket. Once he sees a few shots go in from there, that might open up everything from distance.
Here's Mickey. Dragic kicks to Johnson. The shot will not fall. Excellent D from Howard. Charlotte leading by 19. Outside, Walker. The feed to Howard. Some nice passing here by Charlotte. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. That's on Goran Dragic. Brent, if your team won't be competing for a championship, talk about the balance between giving your first-round picks or young players the playing time they need to develop against making them earn their minutes. That's a very fragile movement back and forth.
I agree, Kevin. Such a tight rope to walk because you don't want to upset veterans on your team who still want to go out and compete on a nightly basis. And you also want to make sure that your rookies just aren't opening the door for them to go out and do whatever it is they want to do on the floor because of your team's situation. So I think that's where the communication between the coach and the staff and how it is that the player is developing, you just don't dole out the minutes for that player's progression.
And he sinks the second. 1:25 left in the fourth quarter of this one.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for Charlotte.
The bench gave him a big lift in this game.
Hey, listen, Kevin, anytime your reserves can perform at a level that high, it puts you in an excellent position to win the game.
And an important milestone for them tonight as they pick up win number 10.
And against a conference opponent, always good to take that first win of the season series to establish a psychological edge.
And you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for Walker.
I really liked the ball movement all night long. He was excellent at setting the table for his guys. Table for 4.
That's good from Richardson.
Tough for Josh Richardson last year to get some consistent play due to injuries that just sort of took him off track, but it definitely slowed up what was looking like a very encouraging sophomore season and still has a bright future ahead of him.
Bacon, he's checked in for Walker. That one falls, so he hits both of them. And despite the injury-riddled season last year, you can see what Richardson provides to a team when he is healthy and Brent when he's ready to go. Solid wing player.
Well, they love Richardson coming out of college as a guy who could play flat-out defense on the wing, and then all of a sudden he stepped up in some big moments 2 years ago and started draining three-point shots. So they feel like they've got a perimeter player in Richardson that's going to make that kind of progression and have that kind of consistency for them in the next few years.
The first one falls. He's off on the second. The Heat shooting only 32% from the field. Plenty of signs of struggle by this offense today. And Haslam kicks to Johnson. Dishes it to Haslam. Richardson the pass to Haslam. Haslam a screen. Johnson outside. From beyond the arc. Here's Adebayo. And he's on the money with his first shot today.
And the rebound and the follow show you what he is all about. Gritty and determined with a soft touch to match.
The shot and game clock separated by 4. Carter Williams kicks to Graham. Pass to Bacon. Now the feed to O'Brien. He dishes it to Carter Williams. Puts up a 3. That shot is off.
And a really smart defender there. He just reads the play, wastes no time trying to blow it up.
And what I like best is that he does it completely under control. Really gives the shooter nowhere to turn to.
And so it's the Hornets taking care of business in this one. A resounding victory for them. And Greg in enemy territory, no less.
And that's exactly right. But with the way they controlled the game and just completely took the crowd out of it, that's how to get it done on the road.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Brent Berry, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan along with our 2K Sports crew, thanking you for tuning in. So long and good night, everyone.